Hey, what's up everybody? This is DDS, and in this video I'm going to be discussing what machine should you start off with. Now, I get asked that question pretty often. People ask me, should I start with the Maschine Studio? Should I start with the Maschine Micro? Should I start with just a regular machine, or should I start with the Maschine Jam? And my personal opinion on that is, well, let me say this first. I haven't used the regular machine. I started with the Maschine Micro, then I went to the Maschine Studio, and then I got the Maschine Jam to complement my machine setup already. So for me, depending on your price range, if money is not a problem and you don't have to worry about, like, you got an endless budget to spend, or let's just say you have $1,000 to spend, I would say start with the Maschine Studio. The Maschine Studio is a great place to start. I should have unplugged it and then showed it to you guys, but it's right here, you know, the bigger machine with the display on it and all that. This is the Maschine Studio right here. I should have unplugged it and showed you guys, but too late. I already shooting a video. But to me, that's the best piece of equipment because you could do so much with it. Like I said, it has the screen, all the buttons are there, and it just makes you work faster. The workflow just flows. It's not like it is on the Micro where you have to hold shift, do this. I mean, there are some times we have to hold shift, but it's not as much. Like if you want to quantize, there's a quantize button. If you want to undo, there's an undo button versus holding down two buttons trying to do that. It just makes everything faster, you know. So if money is not an option, I would definitely suggest starting with the Maschine Studio. Or if you have $1,000, I don't know why I said money's not an option, money's not a problem. I say use the Maschine Studio. But if you're on a tighter budget, I would recommend starting with the Maschine Micro, which is right over there. You probably can't see it, but my V for Vendetta mask is propped up on it. But that's what I take when I travel. It's smaller, it's compact, and it's a good place to start. It does every single thing that the Maschine Studio does, except for you have to do more to do it. You have to hold down certain buttons. If you're trying to mix something, you may have to tweak it by hitting the next button and then turning it and stuff like that. It gets the job done. That's what I started with. That's what I made Try Me On and a bunch of other songs that you guys have heard. I made them all on the Maschine Micro. Like I said, you're able to travel with it. I could take my Studio with me, but not like I could take my Micro. I could throw my Micro in my book bag and just go. If you got your Micro, your laptop, and like some headphones, you can just work. So if you're on the move, or if you want to spend less money, because I mean, let's say if you have $1,000, you can buy the Micro and then probably get you a nice decent VST with that, or some headphones, you know what I'm saying? That's the way you spend $1,000 on the Studio. But the Studio is definitely still my top, but the Micro is what I would start off with if you are on a smaller budget and you just want a machine, or if you just know that you're going to be traveling, or if you're trying to spread your money out some, you know, because you don't want to buy a piece of equipment for $1,000 and then don't have any sounds, you know. So whatever fits in your budget. But like I said, Maschine Studio is number one. Now, should you start with the Maschine Jam and you never ever used Maschine before? No, not at all. I would not recommend anybody starting with the Maschine Jam if you have not used Maschine and if you do not know the Maschine software. Simply because the Maschine Jam is something completely different from the regular machines. I mean, you can do the same thing with it, but it will take you so much longer to learn it and do a lot of the things, as to where with the Maschine Studio and the Maschine Micro and the regular machine, it's pretty much already done. Like, not already done, but it's pretty much self-explanatory. As to where on here you have to go through different knobs and buttons. Don't get me wrong, like I said, I love my Maschine Jam. It's a good piece to have with Maschine. So if you have a Maschine Micro, Maschine Studio, and you add the Jam to it, it's gonna speed up the workflow as far as arranging, or if you want to do sequencing, the sequencer, just everything on there, it makes things faster. But if you're trying to learn Maschine, I would not recommend jumping into the Maschine Jam until you already know how to use the Maschine Studio or Micro, or just Maschine, you know, the DAW machine. I'm not talking about the equipment, because if you at least know the DAW, you probably could get the Jam and figure out how to work everything from there. So that's how I want to leave it. I'm gonna leave it like that. I would say start with the Maschine, then get the Maschine Jam. Maschine Studio, number one in my opinion. I never had the Maschine, like I forget, like they call it, I forget, like MK1 or MK2, just Maschine. Never had it. I started with the Micro, so it'll go Maschine Studio, Maschine Micro, Maschine Jam. If you start with the Maschine, add the Micro to it, It's gonna help your workflow. And I know this is me going over a question of do I still use the machine jam, but yeah, I do. So I just want to thank you all for watching my videos. I appreciate you. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. If you're not new, I just want to ask you just continue to support me by watching my videos. Thank you for watching. Take care.